In the lead up to Christmas, there's a huge increase in demand on Amazon. Just look at my orders from last year and you'll see that huge boost in orders in November and December. And in this video, I'm going to share with you my secrets to getting more sales over the Q4 period. So to begin with, we're going to come on over to our Amazon Ads dashboard and I'm going to share with you a ton of tips to get more sales over this Christmas period. So to start with, we're just going to set up a new campaign. So for each tip, I'll walk you through what we do and how we do the targeting. And to begin with, we're focusing on similar products. So if we create a sponsored products ad, let's say for example, we're selling a book that's been made around football. So for that, we come on down to the targeting and we select product targeting. And so the first way to increase your sales, especially in November and December, is targeting a ton of similar products. So if we come on down to the individual products, we can have a search around and see what we can find. So we're going to set our bid a little bit lower, but we are going to search for a lot of products here. So generally with books, what I do is I would target similar books, but in this target, we're basically going for giftable products that people are buying. So for all we're going to do for that is we're going to target football gifts. And so we've got a bit of a lower bid there, but we are just going to add all of these football gifts. So we can go through, and if you want to take a little bit of time and review these manually, that would be fantastic. But for now, we're going for volume. So I'm basically targeting all of these football gifts. If you wanted to be a little bit more specific, you could do for adults, for kids, whoever you're aiming at. So here I've just done American football gift for adults, and we're going to add all of these as well. And you can see here, we've got 500 products now ready to target. So that's a good amount of giftable products that we're going to try and advertise on. Scrolling down, you just set your bid strategy as usual, give your campaign a name, set an end date. For this one, I'm going to set Christmas Day, just because we're targeting up to Christmas. And then we're going to set a budget. And then we're going to click Launch Campaign. So targeting these types of, very giftable products can really help you to boost your sales over the Christmas period. That's because a lot of people are searching for things more like football gifts rather than necessarily football crossword book. So by targeting those giftable products, you're more likely to be seen, you're more likely to get clicks, and you're more likely to get orders. Next, tip number 2 is to make sure that you're creating really high quality A+ content. So if you don't know what I mean by A+, if we come onto one of my books, I'll show you exactly what that looks like. So here's an example of one of my coloring books. And if you scroll down on any product, there's this From the Publisher section. And this is where you can add your A+ content. Generally, it means you can add things like a banner or a price comparison chart. But we have a quick look here. You can see I've got 2 nice banners showcasing the product and then also showing off what's inside. I then add a little branded one at the bottom, but creating this A+ content can really help to sell your book, especially over the Q4 period. So if we scroll up to the top, if you were wondering whether to buy this book or not, you look at the front cover, you think it looks nice, you can read a sample and look at the first few pages. But other than that, you don't really necessarily know what's inside. And that's why the A+ content is so incredibly important, because it can showcase what's inside so much more. And it also gives you an opportunity to sell your book to customers. So yeah, this A+ content is extremely important and I do it on every single book. And as you can see here, mine's not the most beautiful and the most professional, but it does a good job of showing what's inside the book. And that's all you need to be focused on, is just thinking of it as another space to sell your book. And I do think if you're using the A+ content effectively, it will help increase your conversion rates over the Q4 period. Tip number 3 is increasing your ad spend during the Q4 period. And what you want to be doing here is, if you've got ongoing ads throughout the year that are performing effectively, during kind of November and December, the clicks and the orders on those are going to naturally increase due to increased demand. So what I found in November this year, just for me across my ads, is my conversion rate improved. So generally across the year, I normally get a sale one every sort of 9 clicks. In November, I was getting a sale every 7.2 clicks. So what that means is I can afford to be a bit more aggressive with my ads in November and December because the conversion rate is better. So if you come down to one of your ads, we'll take this one, for example, and we can see here that it's been performing well across the year. So I launched this one in August, and the orange line is the ACOS, which we try and keep as low as possible. And so this one was already performing better than break even. So every sale I was getting on this book through ads, I was making money. And so this means that in November, December, I can afford to be more aggressive with this ad. So all I'll do for that is go into the targeting section and I would increase the bids on my ads. So once I've bumped those up by a few cents, you can also come into your campaign settings and you can increase your budget. So I'm going to increase the budget from this from $20 per day up to $30 per day. And then I'm also going to bump up this top of search first page because I know that if I spend an extra cent or two, it's fine because I'm still going to be profitable on these ads. So by increasing your ad budget and nudging up the bids on the ads that are performing well already, you're going to see a really nice increase in orders across November and December. What I would say is just be careful with your ads, keep monitoring them to make sure you're not spending tons of money ineffectively. But this is what I do in the Q4 period and it works really well for me. Tip number 4 is a bit of a lower risk ad strategy, and that's creating lottery ads. So generally they're called lottery ads because they are a bit of a lottery. You basically cast a really wide net on a product or a ton of products and hope that you get some purchases. So in order to create these, you just select one or multiple books, but you have a ton of targets. So whether that's keywords or products, you just need to set up your ad, select your products, and then add a ton of targets. Now, one thing that I found can work really well is targeting a bit more around the Christmas theme. So again, let's say we're selling that football crossword book. What we could do is set up an ad and target things like football stocking stuffers for kids, football gifts under $10. But what you want to be doing for these lottery ads is targeting a ton of phrases, a ton of products, and going as wide as possible. What I like to do with these as well is go very low bids, because generally we're not going for like long-term success on these types of ads. We're just going for short-term profit. So you need to make sure that ACOS is nice and low, keep monitoring your ads, but if you cast a wide net with low bids, there's every chance these lottery ads can be a game changer for you. So if, like me, you've got a lot of books, you can also put a ton of them into a single campaign and target giftable keywords. So I have a campaign on here called Colouring Books for Christmas Lottery. So in here we have 12 books, and then if I go onto the targeting, you can see I'm targeting such a wide variety of search terms, like colouring books for adults, fun Christmas gift for adults, colouring book stocking stuffer, Christmas stocking stuffers for teens, all of those kind of wide search terms that are focused on giftable areas. So what this is going to do is serve one of my 12 colouring books when someone's searching for that term. And so you can see here I've got very low bids on this. So whilst I've got 3 orders from 39 clicks, so my conversion rate for this is 1 in 13. It's not as good as my usual conversion rate, but that's okay because we're bidding less. And you can see here, because of the lower bids, my ACOS is 16%, which is directly profitable for me. So creating these low bid keyword ads can be really profitable during the Christmas period. So as I mentioned, now is one of the best times to look at increasing your ad spend to drive more sales during the Q4 period. So taking a look back at the lifetime view in my Amazon Ads dashboard, you can see here that the clicks and the orders were relatively low up until the Q4 period of last year. So looking here in November and December, that's when I really saw the orders and the clicks begin to rise. And that's because I adjusted them for the Q4 period, but also because of increased demand. And so one thing that you can note here is that orange line, which is the orders, spikes well above the clicks in December of last year. And that's because the conversion rate tends to be much better when people are actually shopping for giftable products. So yeah, from my experience, Q4 is the best time of the year to increase your ad spend. Obviously, I'd make sure you're using them effectively. Make sure you're not spending more than you're able to. But December is a great time to drive a ton of sales on Amazon KDP. How many orders will I get this year? Make sure to hit that like and subscribe button to find out. If you have any questions about Amazon ads, drop them down in the comments below and I'll do my very best to answer them. But I hope this video is useful. Make sure to hit that like and subscribe button and I'll see you in the next one.